Transport and public services in France are being badly disrupted today by another day of strikes in protest at government plans to raise the age of retirement. They want to put it up from 62 to 64. Demonstrations are being staged across the country, with the biggest this afternoon in Paris. And our correspondent there is Hugh Schofield. He gave us the very latest from one of the demos there in the French capital.
I'm near the Place d'Italie in the 13th arrondissement of Paris. That's on the left bank, and behind me is another of these monster demonstrations. We saw one 12 days ago, and this is another one. Very big, very noisy, pretty cheerful, no signs of trouble, though police are certainly in the streets around here in case there is trouble. Already the unions are crying victory from today because they're saying that the turnout here and in demonstrations like this across the country is even bigger than it was 12 days ago. And they're saying that's a sign of what we know already, that there is massive rejection among the public of this plan of President Macron's to increase the age at which you could start drawing your state pension from 62 to 64. The government is saying that it's essential to balance the books, but people out here are saying that's absolute rubbish. And one sense is also that this movement has become a kind of lightning rod for all sorts of other complaints. It's not just about pensions, it's also for many people here a chance to let off steam about the choices that society has taken over the years. People generally unhappy with the state of France at the moment and using this occasion to come out and vent their anger, particularly with the hate figure which President Macron is for all of the people here.
Yes, well, and you've exactly answered my next question, because it is more than just about the state retirement age. And with the unions saying this is successful to you, does this just carry on and on? Is there a way of breaking this? Are we going to see more and more days like this?
Yeah, I think we are. I mean, there'll be a meeting tonight at the intersyndical, which is the sort of union of all the unions. They're all together on this, which is rare, and they'll undoubtedly say that it's all been a great success and that there'll be another day of action in a week or so. What's going to be important to watch out for, though, is whether they start escalating. I think the government can withstand orderly, even if very large demonstrations like this, because it's not really affecting economic life, it's allowing people to let off steam, it's all part of the democratic process. If the unions start saying, right, we're going to move up a level, we're going to start blockading power stations, oil depots and so on, we're really going to start putting the thumb on the jugular, then of course we enter a whole different territory. The government wants to get this bill through Parliament as quickly as possible. It starts its passage through Parliament next week. It's on a kind of accelerated timetable. It should get through in 3 or 4 weeks. If it can do that and withstand this in the meantime, then it'll have won. But there is always the chance that the unions say, well, we've got so much public support behind us, we've got to step up our rhythm.
Hugh Schofield there in Paris on the strikes continuing in France.